But they're
Allegedly.
real people, and they've got like, they've got grandkids who are watching the
Yeah.
movie. I mean, I felt bad for the Don
Bobby
Hume.
Moach died 1989.
Yeah, but I felt bad for the Don Hume guy. They made him seem so sour faced. Like, why was he? I don't remember that being a description of him in the book. Like,
You read the book?
That he's
Oh yeah, you did.
like so what?
sour faced. Like, they made him all like.
Oh, you just mean like
frowning.
asocial.
He's like actually frowning the whole movie. What? Come on, Donnie, come on.
I especially didn't, especially because it's mentioned like literally 35 times in the book. They don't mention how like Joe Rance doesn't eat. It's like he's eating so much, he's just putting away just piles of pancakes and stuff. And I never go over any of that.
Or that he eats other people's food.
Yeah, and then like how it was like a big plot point that like on the cruise liner they wouldn't serve him any food, and then like Al Albertson had to make a point. It's like you can't be serving like an Olympic a gymnast and a rower can't be eating the same number of calories. You guys trying to ruin our team? They're like, or just like.
Which was interesting because when I read that one book with the runner, the Italian American runner.
Oh, Unbreak.
So I read that he gained so much weight on that ship that he couldn't run.
Well, no, that was a big plot point in the book. Anytime they traveled, when they're on the train to Poughkeepsie or when they're on the cruise liner, trying to stay in shape in the way that they were even like, they had like rowing machines on the cruise ship, and Al Albertson was fervently against it. Like, no. The only rowing I want you to do is rowing in the ship or in the, in the shell. I don't want you like learning weird habits or these gimmicky machines or whatever. I don't know.
I'm the only one who thought it was really funny when they were practicing rowing on the beds.
Yeah, I kind of like in my mind I was picturing them just doing that all through town. They're just like there's almost like a Barbie style background scroll, and they're just like.
Was this part of their acting exercise? They thought it was cool.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think they did that.
I don't think they did that. I don't. There's no mention of them doing that.
They just look like, oh, this is good actor exercise.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, now pretend you're catching a crab. Okay, oh. Now pretend you're sick. You're going. I was like, what is this? George Clooney.
I imagine them they had that reef they were putting around each other. Just imagine that just being the whole rest of it. It gets to the back and it goes back. Gets to the front, it's right.
It's like, why should that and not the medal ceremony part? I don't know.
Yeah, they played Yankee Doodle. Or no, that's what they did to egg them on in the house they're staying in. Hume couldn't get better. Like, it was so cool. And they made this weird contraption where you yank a cord. Yeah. They're all engineers, so they like figure out a way to make a weird like bucket full of ice water land on people in the streets. It was so weird.
No, they did that because they were so loud.
Yeah, I mean, people were disrupting them. So they'd be walking around outside, right,
Yeah,
party
we
or
didn't get to see any of the Olympic Village.
They didn't travel at all in Germany. They just see like people going Sieg Heiling, and then that's it.
We didn't get to see.
They didn't do because they go Heil Hitler and they go Heil Roosevelt, and then like they didn't do any of that. Why would you take that out? Heil Hitler, Heil Roosevelt, and then like the Germans would be like, because the Germans would always react with like, Oh, and even like for the Olympic ceremony, the Olympic salute was eerily similar to the Nazi salute. It's like the Nazi salute, you go like straight up. The Olympic salute was like palm out, like slightly to the side. So the German crowd would like applaud, roarously. They would be like really vigorously applauding if you did the straight up Nazi salute. But then if you did something different, they'd be like, boo. Maybe they stamping their feet.
Because I didn't really notice like that their Hitler salute was like not like the salute they had. It was not the Hitler salute. They were like just like regularly like soldiers.
Yeah, there were like a few. They weren't. A lot of them weren't. They were just like fist pumping. Like there was a lot of fist pumping. It should have been fist pumping.
Do you think they did that because like people thought like
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, have like the actual salute.
They didn't have Lori Riefenstahl and Goebbels going back.
I feel like the actor who played Hitler, wow, there's just something off about him.
Mustache looked painted on it.
Yeah.
Too thick. Thick
It did-
Hitler mustache. It was fine. Totally fine, Hitler. It was yeah.
And that music for when they had to take the picture.
Yeah. The photo finish, the photo development. What are you thinking, Alexander Desplat? Come on. Famed European. Responsible.
It was like there was a murder or something.
Poor Hitler. Things just didn't go Hitler's way. You know, he lost that race, and then he ended up killing himself.
You kind of wanted though. I wanted like a voiceover, like things didn't go any better there from Hitler. Let's just say it was downhill from there for Hitler. Yeah.
Well, but the thing is, like that day, all the crew races were won by Germany because it was the single crew, 2-man crew,
Right.
all 4-man crew, all of them were won by Germany except for like one.
Yeah, you don't get any of that.
So it's like
There was a
Germany
brief-
must have been like really pumped. Like,
Yeah, there was a
last
brief
one.
mention of like, like Germany's looking good after their 6 wins, but they wasn't clear like what wins, So I don't know if that's what they were. And it was like a vague mention of it. It also just seemed like it was really small scale. Like there were I think there were like 1 million people. It was crazy. It was like anywhere from like 500,000 to 1 million people for the opening ceremony, and then for that race at the end, I think it was supposed to be like at least 150,000 people. It looked like there was like 20 people in the audience.
What?
It reminded me of like in A League of Their Own before like those games really start picking up attention. It's just like the 3 people in the audience, just like, like I'm bored. Like they're just like, there should have been like 100,000 people. Like it was huge. You didn't get the sense of the production value that
Well,
like the Laurie.
I guess they have to spend a lot more money on CGI to build the crowds up.
I don't know what it was. I mean, it just like the movie itself just kind of lacked the like production.
Well,
You
they
don't really
could
get, like,
they could have done it with the CGI if they really wanted to.
even like 1930s Seattle, it like briefly it's on screen for like 3 seconds. It's just like Seattle 1936 and then just like pans out. What? Like you didn't get the compared to like a movie, I don't know, like what's another period piece movie like the Peter Jackson like King Kong movie, like when they're in 1930s New York. Like he really gets a chance to like breathe, get a feel for the whole place. It's just the whole thing just felt like on a movie. Also, the guy's hair looked fake. Is that guy blonde?
No, I saw when I saw Larry right away. I'm like, that guy is not blonde.
Was Joe blonde?
He's
Yeah,
supposed to be
it's supposed
blonde
to be
hair.
blonde. The actor didn't like it. Looked
Real
nice.
fake hair. He never plays his banjo either. Where's his banjo? He's
Yeah,
supposed to be playing the
yeah,
banjo on
and
the
that-
train.
The whole train thing, like
He's got like Hobo Joe.
Hobo Joe. Where did that come from? It was like 1 minute he's all happy getting on the train after seeing Joyce off.
Hey, you fucker!
And the next minute he's off the team, and it's like, what's going on?
I was just imagining him just going. I wanted him
I
to
don't
walk
care.
the entire length of the train and just have various people make fun of him. Hey, you schmuck! Ah!
It's like, where did that? There was no build up to that.
You're a sad sight for sorry eye. Oh! Hey, you palooka! Oh! He's just like various, just shoving 9 different people against the window.
Like, should have left that part out.
And just have like 9 different people afterwards go apologize. Hey, I didn't mean it there. When I called you a palooka, we're the same, you and I.
Yeah.
Anyways, good luck out there. There was like no.
Didn't flow well at all.
The whole thing was
We
just
get
like,
it. He's poor. Like they did the whole like you're poor thing. We get it.
Yeah.
It's like they didn't need to like make it seem like they weren't a team. I don't know. It was like
there was a little bit of gentle ribbing. Oh, they didn't have. Oh, they skipped that whole part where the one guy. Is it Bobby Moach finds out he's Jewish? Who finds out they're Jewish?
I think it is Bobby.
And they just like he breaks down crying. Like they didn't go over any of that. They just took. They're like, how do we want to approach the like Jew question here? And like, let's just
About time.
let's skip all of that. The whole fact that they're like this, the whole like they're rowing on the longer sea or whatever they call it, the longer sea, and it's like filled with bodies of like gypsies and Catholics and Jews. Like the Germans like murdered, it was a huge massacre. It was like 5 years prior. I don't go over any of that. How they're because the town they're in, they're like stationed in like, they have them staying in Hope or I forget that Coburg or whatever. Coldick or whatever. And it's like the whole town's been like, it's already been just swept free of all the Jews and prostitutes have been like cleaned out. No gypsies. Everyone's like been hidden away to make it look like
Yeah,